Another loaded show coming your way on today's San Francisco 49ers Report, and it's all presented by Manscaped. Join the 9 million men who trust Manscaped with their best and most elite men's grooming products. And in the process, if you use our link and our promo code, manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers, you get 20% off and free shipping. So on today's show, where does Brock Purdy rank among all quarterbacks in the National Football League? And as part of that conversation, is he a top 5 quarterback right now, or is he a top 10 quarterback? Now, the reason for this conversation, we're going to explain it. First, though, we do want to pop up our poll question. Where does Purdy rank among all 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL? I'm going to reveal my top 10 quarterbacks and see where Purdy ranks. But I want you to list where you think Purdy is down in the chat right now. So why we're discussing this, let's get into it here. So Purdy is yet to lose a regular season game. He's 8-0 as a regular season starter. He's also won 2 playoff games as well. So 10-1 if you include the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in which he got knocked out in the NFC Championship game. And former NFL wide receiver Nate Burleson said that Brock Purdy right now might be a top 5 to 10 quarterback in this league. And ever since Purdy took over for Jimmy Garoppolo, the San Francisco 49ers have averaged 30 points per game with him as the starter. And you look at the numbers that he's been able to put up so far, 3-0 this year in 2023, completing 67% of his passes. That's top half in the league. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, no picks, a couple of interceptable passes for sure, and at some point, those bounces aren't always going to go his way, but for now, 4 tutties and a clean sheet as far as the interceptions go. 9 yards per attempt, average yards per game, and a running offense, not bad at 245. In these specific statistical categories, this is where Purdy lies among all quarterbacks in the league. Completion percentage, 13th. Yards per attempt, number 2, behind Tua Tagovailoa. Quarterback rating, 4th. QBR, 2nd. Expected points added, 8th. And points average per pass attempt, 5th. And how about these numbers from Purdy, too, that I tweeted out on my Twitter page? Feel free to give me a follow at Chase_Senior. Purdy on throws of 10-plus yards this year actually has the highest passer rating in the NFL at 157. He's 22 of 29 of throws 10-plus yards, 401 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Pretty damn good. Now, before I get into my specific quarterback rankings and where I think Purdy falls among some of the best in the game, here is my guide for the perfect quarterback. This is what I look for in a quarterback if I was running a front office. And as we go through this list, I want you to kind of take some mental notes of how many boxes Purdy is able to check here. I'm looking for a good team leader. Brock Purdy was voted team captain for a reason. I can't have my quarterbacks get rattled, and I need them to be mentally tough. The CCC there, cool, calm, and collected. What I've seen from Purdy, he doesn't get rattled. The moment doesn't seem to be too much. In fact, I love the swagger that he has. And then you switch gears to him being accurate. I think for the most part, Brock Purdy is a pretty accurate thrower of the football, 13th among all quarterbacks in completion percentage. Last year, he was hovering around 67% as well, and I think that he can even get a little bit better in that area. I want my quarterbacks to process fast. If you're hesitant in pulling the trigger and you're double clutching, wide receivers who are open are going to be covered. Tight ends who had some space are not going to have any space. What looked to be a clean pocket all of a sudden becomes a muddy pocket and you get sacked. That was some of the issues that I had with Trey Lance. He was hesitant in pulling the trigger. With Purdy, that's not the case. You need to be able to throw a touch. How many times have we seen Brock Purdy now layer footballs into that second level? He does it seamlessly. You have to have pocket feel and mobility. Purdy has that, and he's able to make improvisational plays and get creative with making plays out of structure. A level of escapability is not needed. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, they weren't crazy athletes, but if you have it, that's always a bonus. So too is arm strength as a bonus. And when quarterbacks make mistakes, I want to see quarterbacks take accountability for their flaws, for their weaknesses, and for their failures. And Purdy missed those 3 deep shots against the Los Angeles Rams. What did he say after that game? I take accountability. I got to make those throws. Going back to what Nate Burleson said, we did discuss this on Monday's show. You have Brock Purdy, he said, who has survived quarterbacks in San Francisco, and he's beat them out. Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance. This young man has it. I don't care what anybody says. Remember when Jimmy Garoppolo was winning and we said, oh, he's a winner. Show him some respect. You know what? Show Brock Purdy some damn respect. This man hasn't lost a game as a starter. The only one was when he tore his UCL in the NFC Championship game. And I know he's not doing it alone, but this guy is legit. I'm talking about top 10, maybe even a top 5 quarterback right now. So on the other side, I'm going to reveal my top quarterback rankings to see where Purdy is. First, though, if you think Purdy is a legit quarterback in this league and you believe that he's the guy for this franchise, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you don't think that Purdy is legit and you're still not sold, I want you to explain your reasoning and I want you to comment why. As for what we're getting into next, this took me some time. And I really had to look at some numbers, but I rank my top quarterbacks right now going into NFL Week 4. Where is Purdy? We'll reveal that. First, though, as I mentioned off the top of the show, today's 49ers Report is presented by Manscaped. It is fresh ball fall, and you need to be in the festive spirit. Light a candle, get some pumpkin spice, and make sure your balls look nice with the sponsor of our show, Manscaped. And also, you get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers. Nature may clear the leaves of their trees, but you'll need Manscaped's help to get you ready for that sweater weather. Get your pants puppies prepared for cuffing season with the trim as refreshing as a fall breeze by using that link down below. By now, you've heard of Manscaped, but it's time to join the 9 million men worldwide using Manscaped. And get the kit that covers it all. We're talking about the Performance Package 4.0. Bring in the fall right and get the best deal that Manscaped has ever offered. 20% off and free shipping by using that code 49ers. They also have beard products out there for the bearded men. And as the leaves fall, make sure you have it all with Manscaped. We're going to put that link in the comment section as well as in the description of this video. The Performance Package 4.0 can't beat the price, can't beat the products. Lawnmower 4.0, nose hair trimmer, boxer briefs, all comes in the travel case with crop preserver and ball deodorant. Check it out for yourself using that link. So without further ado, my quarterback rankings. Got to go with Patrick Mahomes as number 1. He's a cyborg right now and makes some of the best plays and throws that I've ever seen. And the guy's coming off a Super Bowl championship in which in that second half, he was excellent against Philadelphia. He only had 1 incompletion, and it came on a throwaway. At number 2, it's the guy who's made it to back-to-back AFC Championship games in Joe Burrow. I think these quarterbacks have been able to set themselves apart with winning a Super Bowl and 2 of them for Mahomes, and then Joe Burrow kind of carrying what's been a non-special team and able to make it to a Super Bowl and then an AFC Championship game. At number 3, this is just because of the ability here, and I think that Brandon Staley, the head coach for the Chargers, has held Justin Herbert back. But when it comes down to arm talent, he's right up there with Patrick Mahomes as well as Josh Allen. Speaking of Josh Allen, he comes in at number 4 for me. And really what this list comes down to, talent, winning games, ability, leadership, intangibles, all of the things that I talked about earlier with what I want in a quarterback. The contract is obviously important too, but all of these quarterbacks are getting paid big-time dollars. So too is my guy at number 5, and that's Jalen Hurts. He's in my 5th spot. So right now, my top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. This is where things start to get a little bit closely contested here. Tua Tagovailoa is having a great season for the Miami Dolphins. And if the season were to end after 3 weeks, he's probably going to be the MVP. I've never been a big Tua guy, but he gets rid of the ball quickly. He throws with anticipation, and right now, he's playing at another level. Mike McDaniel helping him for sure, but you got to give credit to the player. Trevor Lawrence at number 7. Up to this point, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have been very disappointing. But from a size, arm strength, leadership, what he did at Clemson, what he's shown so far at the NFL level, if you're starting your franchise, you'd be hard-pressed to find a lot of other quarterbacks who are better, younger, with more potential and talent than Trevor Lawrence. This is a little bit shaky for me, but Lamar Jackson already became, the youngest MVP ever in the history of the NFL. He's an underrated thrower of the football. He has a lot of accolades to his name. And while he hasn't really gotten it done too much in the postseason, only one postseason victory to his name, the ability and the talent of Lamar Jackson is really special. So those are 8 quarterbacks. And coming in at number 9 for me, it's Brock Purdy. I think right now with how he's playing and how he's been playing for a long time, I understand he has Kyle Shanahan calling the plays. I know that Brock Purdy has a great supporting cast, but the eye test tells me that right now he is playing like a top 10 quarterback. So for me, he slots in at number 9, and he comes in at number 9 ahead of Kirk Cousins. Now, a lot of you might say Deshaun Watson. He hasn't played good football in a couple of years. That's because he missed all of 2021, but still, last year when he came back, this year, he hasn't shown me anything. All right? You want to talk about Dak Prescott? Led the league in interceptions last year, and I don't think that he's a guy who you want to hitch your wagon to, making the price tag that he's making right now and earning. So Brock Purdy, for me, the number 9 quarterback in the NFL. Now, Purdy's salary here is also important to note because Purdy is making less than $1 million this year. So that makes him very valuable. If Purdy's making $40 million, that's the issue I have with Dak. He needs a good complementary cast around him. He can't really lift up his teammates. But right now, Purdy, he's maybe the best bargain deal where you're getting great value for the price that you're paying him across the NFL. Again, I know that Kyle Shanahan and the playmakers help, but you still have to be accurate. You still have to throw with anticipation. You still got to have that swag level. You still got to be able to bring your team back and make some throws and deliver the football. And what I've seen from Purdy, I've been very impressed. So, grade my quarterback rankings list. I gave you the top 10 there, A, B, C, D, or F. You can praise me. You can rip me down in the comment section either way. If you think I have Purdy too high or too low, you let me know down in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for daily Niners videos. And as always, we appreciate you for watching.